Well, hello there, ladies and gents. I'm Tammy Stepniewski, your crypto queen. This episode very special because I recently found out about a show called The Mr. Bert Show. And on this Mr. Bert Show, we had Cliff Fettner from Shinobi and Davey from RiseUp going together head to head during an AMA. Well, not really an AMA. It was more of like a debate with a moderator called Mr. Bert. Now, to say that there were moments of this show that were a little cringy, it wasn't because of Davey or Cliff. It was more because of Mr. Bert. It was a huge missed opportunity. Like, these guys were together with a screen showing transactions. Like, this could have been the thing. Oh, no, that didn't happen because apparently somebody likes the sound of their own voice a little more than getting to facts.
Cliff.
Yeah.
Cliff.
I can hear Cliff.
And all the Rise Up devs. I got 732 people in here. And I think I need to say something.
I don't like being hard on people. I don't want to dictate how they run their channels or what questions they should ask. But there was a definite direction that this was going, and he completely stopped it. Like, he slammed on the brakes and brought it all to a screeching halt just when it was like at that crescendo moment. We'll just say that it left a girl very frustrated and unsatisfied. Now let's check out some of the Mr. Bert Show. And I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute, the timestamp, you're starting it halfway through. That's, like I said earlier, it's just nothing having to do with any of the projects. It's just Mr. Bert sort of just kind of rambling about, I don't even know. So we have to kick off with this one portion, which I think is really important because it's these guys from RiseUp saying, oh, we would have addressed you sooner, but we just can't get a hold of you. You're so elusive, Cliff. Cliff, we just can't get a hold of you. And let's see Cliff's response.
We have questions we want to ask. And I'll be honest with you, you're not the easiest person to get their information, send you a direct message. Bert can attest
I got a
to
hold
that
of Cliff.
because he tried to do it too.
My information is spread all over the place. I have got to be the easiest person to get information on.
I mean,
you won't find somebody easier than me to get information on.
I couldn't find out what your Telegram. Hold on, can I finish, please?
On.
Don't yell at me.
All right,
I'm not yelling at you.
Go ahead.
I mean, I'm not lying. I mean, we've tried. I mean, he tried to get in touch with the mod himself.
Couldn't try too hard.
I guess the wrong one. I don't know. We've tried. We've tried to get. We don't want to keep going through other people because that gets us where we ended up, where we can't get in touch with you. We couldn't figure it out. We tried. We know that you found out about it last night. You knew about it.
I don't know what Mr. Bert is drinking in that cup.
It's okay.
Let me just say something. No, that's fine, and that's fine. But I don't know how much I buy that only because if you go to my website, right on my website where my big picture is at the bottom of the page, and you see that, and it says my Telegram handle, how hard is it to type that Telegram handle in the Telegram and get me? And, oh, by the way, the Telegram handle, when you go in there, has got my cell phone number on it. You can call me, which a lot of people have done.
That's how I got a hold of him.
Plenty of time talking to
people. You don't have to type in the Telegram handle. It's a link. You click it. Brings you over there.
Well, I apologize.
But if you guys are investigators, your whole premise is you're investigators, and I'm going to hold you to, just like I'm saying with everybody in this space, to do the better job. Do your research. Because if you would do that, you'd find these things.
But Cliff,
I have to stop it here because I can't listen to this.
Okay.
Well, we should talk about that too, because I think we'll talk about that too with some of your questions, because that's not been done very well either.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you guys. I'm
a coder, so I'll read these things all day in and out.
Guys, listen.
So we've learned here. Let me stop this. We don't need to hear what Mr. Bert's saying. It's very unimportant. So what we've learned here, if you want to get a hold of Cliff, right there on their website below his picture is a link to his Telegram. That's how I got a hold of him. I tapped that and sent him a Telegram message after I watched this video because I wanted to see if indeed he would respond to me. And he did respond to me through Telegram. So that statement is 100% true from Cliff Fettner. And we also learned that he's a coder. Now, a lot of these people that are hurling accusations at him, they're not coders. They don't understand how to look at contracts and properly read the contracts. That's one of the biggest issues with all of this. Just so you know, I'm going through the timestamps. That ended at 36:10. Mr. Bert prattled on. Now we're at 49 minutes and 38 seconds. So that's like 14 minutes of important things that could have been covered in that time. Instead, it was just him telling them that they don't understand cryptocurrency space and what he's trying to do. I don't know what he's trying to do, but he wasted a lot of time. Now we're getting to this particular area, and I think this is important because Cliff says, if you're going to come and accuse me, you can at least put your face on camera. And for the first time I've ever seen this guy, Davey from RiseUp, and I should say that earlier in the token's life, I was a huge supporter of RiseUp. I thought it was very important to have, a token and a project out there that would be able to help people stay out of rug pulls. And that was right on the tail end of Tsuzuki Ino when that rug pulled and hurt everybody. But let's take it up from here. We're finally going to see what Davey looks like.
Cliff, my name is Davey. You already met me in a voice 14 days ago.
I'm still waiting for the video.
Well, I'm going to show it quickly, and I'm going to show it off.
Tell you what, while you do that, I got to change venues, though, because my wife's getting ready to go to sleep, so I have to leave my office and go downstairs.
This is how he shows his face.
I get kind of loud.
Yeah,
this is my face.
That's why I'm in the car, Cliff.
It's my face. This is me. This is my face.
So, okay.
Now he turned it off. Just
Because
a few
it's
seconds.
4 a.m.
He
in the morning here, I want to get some sleep.
He can't show his face because it's 4 a.m. That doesn't make any sense. You can talk, but you can't show your face. I'm going to skip through some of this because now this is just ridiculous. It's more Cliff's wife's yelling at him and stuff, so we don't have to watch that. I want to get to the important area where the screen is shared with the computer and Davey starts going, what is this transaction? Looks like you're skimming tokens off of what should be going into the burn wallet. So we're going to pick it up here.
So, I did share my camera, Cliff. I'm not going to do it continuously because they're all sleeping here.
I can't show my camera because everybody's sleeping in my house, but I can talk.
My first question I'm going to ask you is why you look at the screen, why does that burn go?
This is a very important thing, and I want you to pay very close attention to this because this accusation could have been squashed right here. It could have been put to bed. It could have been taken care of right now. Because after this show, he continues to talk about this on different platforms and different shows. Let's continue on.
Burn goes 50% towards your marketing wallet.
It doesn't. Again, this is where I have a problem with people being able to actually read these things, and then you have to sometimes take this back to actually being able to read the contract code, because what you're looking at right here is the actual transaction to the burn wallet is that very last line that says 297 quintillion. That's what went to the burn wallet, the whole amount.
Yes.
The rest of that, I'm going to explain the whole thing for you. The rest of that is what in the contract code is actually taking the 5% for liquidity and the 5% for the marketing wallet, the 5%, which is the $40,000 that went to the marketing wallet, the other 5%, which got split in half. That's why it's $20,000 that went to Ethereum, and then the other half of the 5% was left in tokens to create the liquidity parent. It's very simple. Just got to read the contract.
No, if you look here where my mouse is, transfer 5 Ethereum.
I can't really see it because it's pretty small. Hold on, let me see if I can make the whole thing bigger. All right, yeah, there you go. Go ahead. What's that?
So this transfer 5 Ethereum is going to your marketing wallet. There is no question about that. This is deposit to your marketing wallet.
Cliff's silent because he's like, where's the question? What? What's the question?
It says it right here. Transfer 5 Ethereum from Shinobi SHINJA to this wallet.
The guy above is so happy with himself. He's like, yeah.
Why do you get 50% tax over burn?
50% tax over burn? It has nothing to do. The contract. If you look at the contract code, when it writes to the liquidity pool or it sends to the marketing wallet, can happen on any transaction. It could be a buy, it could be a sell, it could be a transfer. It all has to do with when the threshold is hit. There's a threshold amount that is designated within the contract. As soon as that threshold amount is hit, whatever transaction it is doing, it will process that. The only one that has anything to do with the burn is that last one at the very bottom there that says 297 quintillion. The whole amount that we sent to the burn wallet went to the burn wallet.
Look, I don't know if you
He starts to stammer.
Misunderstand me or not. Swap this amount of tokens SHINJA for Ethereum. That's coming from your deployer.
That's for the 5% that went to the marketing wallet.
But why is there 5% going to the marketing wallet from this amount?
No, you're not reading that right.
50%.
This is the whole thing.
The 11
not reading it right.
Or 11 quintillion, that is the whole 5% that got swapped to ETH. That's why it's 10.29 ETH. That 10.29 ETH, if you look down lower there, the second line on the bottom half of that whole amount, which was 41,000, went to the marketing wallet.
So
then you have the other part of it, the 5 quintillion 921. That half of that went, or that amount went to ETH, was swapped for ETH. So then when you look down at the bottom half, you see that amount that was 21.58 that was paired with the 5911 that went to liquidity, because it's a pairing. So that's what liquidity is.
No, this is the total transaction happening.
No,
this
yes, not.
This amount of tokens is swapped for 10 Ethereum.
Right, split it in half. Now split it in half. And what do you got? You got the 40 and the 21, right?
Bro, this is not 5% of a transactions. This is the transaction from Shipnobi deployer.
It's what gets built up. You understand that when it takes taxes, it holds the tokens in the contract. Once it reaches the threshold, it then processes the amount.
Well, do you remember our voice meeting 12 days ago? That was me.
Yes, I do.
Well,
yeah, I know. I remember.
Well, you didn't disagree then that this was a 50% tax.
We didn't even talk about this. We didn't pull this up. We didn't go through this.
Oh, yes, and I have 2 witnesses of that.
Do you have a recording of it?
Saitama down
Okay,
under.
His witness is a Saitama person.
Because you can read this because it's clear as day. I mean, anybody looking at the screen right now sees exactly what I'm talking about. Well, so I don't really understand why you even have a question about it, because I mean it's clear as day right there.
If you can read it. He doesn't know how to read it.
It's not a 10% swap, bro.
That's the thing. This Davey doesn't know how to read this.
Yes, because you say
that's a problem.
5% going to your marketing wallet.
10% of what? 10% of what? What are you making 10% of?
Look, this is the transaction.
10% of what? No, answer my question. 10% of what?
Well, your website states 5% goes to the marketing wallet from each transaction.
Yep.
When is that
and
happening?
5%. Well, but what did I just say a minute ago? Well, there is a pool that because when does the tax get taken? Right? It gets taken on a buy, on a sell, or a transfer. Well, what happens when that happens? The tokens that make up that go into a pool in the contract.
Davey should know that. He's got his own token.
Then when a threshold is reached that we set in the contract, it takes X number of tokens. So it's no longer equated to 10%. It's X number of tokens that it pulls out of the pool to process that on one gas transaction. This is what I'm saying. You got to learn how to read contract.
Well, show me that pool then.
Show you the pool? Go to the contract. Well, you got the screen.
This is important.
Pull up the contract. My contract address. Okay. You'll see it's the SHINJA token right in the contract.
Okay, I'll do that later then because it's 4 in the morning. Let's move.
Well, no, because then we'll have more FUD later. Let's go ahead and do it.
No, I'll do this with you in a private voice. No worry. I'm not gonna create FUD about this. Okay. I will do this with you in a private voice. So now I have the other question.
I'm going to stop it right there because that was BS. Right then and there, the moderator, who's Mr. Burt, should have stepped in and said, no, wait a minute. You've hurled this horrible accusation. Pull up the contract right now. We're going to have a little look at it. We're going to walk everyone through it so that they can understand it. This guy clearly doesn't understand it. Davey doesn't get it. He doesn't understand it. Mr. Burt should have stepped in and said, no, you have the screen right here. You have Cliff right here. Pull up the contract. I'm thinking maybe he didn't know how to do that. I'm thinking he didn't know how to pull up the contract. What other reason could there possibly be? If this guy Davey is truly trying to find answers for people that go to him and ask him questions for help with tokens, if he's sincerely trying to help these people, he would have immediately have gone to that contract to decipher it with Cliff. Okay, let's jump into this because I want to understand. Yes, let's see. He would have done that. Anything he says after this, I have no respect for because I know that he's not coming from a place of sincerity. At this point, for me, Davey's credibility and the credibility of his token, shot, gone. I don't trust his token. I don't trust him. I just don't trust the entire project. I don't. Now, I know you're thinking I'm probably being a little too hard on Davey, but this is going to tie into something that's going to happen later on in the video, not on the Mr. Bert Show, but on another show that he went on. He's clinging to that narrative that is false and continuing on with it. If I were Cliff, well, I know it's always easier for someone to say, like, oh, you should sue them. You know, I get it. But I think if this were me, because I would hire an attorney, have the attorney send a cease and desist, and see what I could do about suing this dude. Because he's literally now maligning Cliff's good name. So we'll continue on with here, but like I said, I don't trust anything he says.
The wallet 0xC44.
Look, so this you guys keep harping on this. You know how much money we've sent out for marketing, to how many different people we've sent out to. And we go through brokers
and Mr.
for
Burt
a lot of it.
Should have
so
stopped
half of it
him
goes
too.
through brokers. I don't even know who gets it at the end. I send it to one person, they send it to somebody else. I mean, that's just you do when you're doing business in the crypto space like this. I mean, come on, you've got to know from your own project if you're doing marketing, you're sending stuff to all kinds of people.
Yes, and we know everything we send to which person. You can go check.
So you don't use any brokers.
Wallet.
You don't use any brokers that do some of these deals, and you don't know who gets it at the end.
No,
not once.
Well, RiseUp is tiny compared to Shinobi. Tiny.
PR company.
Yeah. You've never done anything with China, I'm sure, then, because it don't work that way with China. I can tell you that right now.
Well, since you're talking about China, in our first meeting, you said to me that this was for Chinese marketing, correct?
Yeah, we've done a bunch of Chinese marketing, and we've sent to through a broker that goes to people that I have no idea who they are.
So then I'm going to ask you my next question. Is that broker, was he invested in Asgard?
How would I know?
Well, why is that?
There could have been, because a lot of the people that we work with, the people that we've been working on with many projects. So it very well could have been.
Why does that broker then get tokens airdropped?
If he bought in, he would have got them. If he would have been part of the private sale, he would have got them.
Okay, watch the screen. You see all the Shinobi here?
Yeah.
Let's go to page 2. All airdropped, non-paid for. That's your so-called Chinese marketing broker.
I don't even know what you're getting at right now. What does the airdrop have to do with the Chinese broker? I'm confused.
Because this is the wallet that is cashing out as the same wallet that you're stating as your Chinese broker guy. You want me to go?
Which wallet?
Wallet, let me go back. Wallet 0xA885. Now, let me go back and prove that to you.
0238. Can you send me that? Can you actually send that to me in Telegram, that address? I can try to see if I can track it down, because I have no idea who it is. But no. I don't know. What are you even getting at, though? I mean, so here's the thing. What are you even getting at? What do you think's happening?
Well, I'm asking you questions that my community asked me to
my
look
community
for.
asked me.
While you can say I can't read wallets,
Because you can't.
I can do connect wallets.
Anybody can. I can even do that.
This is your marketing wallet sending 5 Ether to the 0x44. This is your marketing wallet sending 4.4 Ether to this wallet. And this wallet, the 0x888, is the wallet I just showed you that's been airdropped tokens multiple times. He's also sending Ethereum out to this wallet, and this wallet is sending it back to the 0xC44.
Should somebody tell him it's pronounced Ethereum?
Like what you said, this is your Chinese broker. Let's assume that. Why did
it could be. It may be others. I don't know. But yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
Well, if I send somebody 40,000 people, I sure know who it is.
That's because you're a tiny project. Tiny.
I know what you're trying to do, but when you
would be like trying to ask Walmart, where did you spend this $10?
Constantly, day in and day out. We got to do this marketing.
We got to
do that marketing.
It depends on the size of your project,
over here.
where you know everything goes.
I send it where he tells me to send it, and all I can do is push him to kind of make sure, is it going to work? Because that's what I always argue with him about. Because I get tired. We waste money on stuff that.
Listen, that would be like, let's say you make $500 a week. It's not that much, but let's just a little example. And you're on a budget, and you're asking your wife to account for a quarter, just one quarter, 1.25-cent quarter of that $500. Is she going to be able to account for the quarter? No. Who knows where the quarter went? Like it's a negligible amount. To hit RiseUp token is so tiny compared to this one. Of course they know where every penny goes because they need to watch it. Shibnobi's significantly larger.
Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. You're trying to make something that, all we're trying to do is do marketing and try to grow the project, and I think you're trying to turn it into, you're scamming money out of something, and it's like,
no,
I
never
said that. No, me? Never.
Why is this happening? And why is that happening?
It's my community.
I can also, this is you see this one here, correct? All these wallets sending Ethereum to this wallet and cashing out on Binance 14. Now, let me show you another thing that we all find very weird, that he's using also Binance hot wallet number 14. So send
lots of people, but lots of people use Binance hot wallet 14. What does that mean? What does that matter?
Yes, but we found it strange that it's similar in your marketing wallet. It keeps repeating, and it stopped repeating after our first.
Do you know how many? Do you know how many influencers and people on Twitter that do the giveaways, that when you send it to them, every single time you send them something, it goes right to Binance. They take it out immediately. It goes right to Binance. That happens like every day.
Can I finish, please?
Sure, absolutely.
So
you need to plug this guy.
You sent 2.8 Ether to this wallet, correct? I'm gonna let it.
I don't know. You're scrolling down. Which wallet is it?
Now, Mr. Bert takes away the screen.
And decide if it's an influencer or not. Look here, that's your transaction. 25 days.
We're not seeing your screen anymore.
No.
All right. Let me put it back. Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. Boom.
There you go.
So, okay. You see here the transaction 2.8 Ether. Right?
Okay.
That goes to this wallet. That wallet.
You keep scrolling down. Go back up. So that's 3741. Okay. Yeah. What is it?
So that wallet sends it 2 days after to this wallet. Now, keep a good eye. It all it goes again straight out to Binance 14. And again, you send also with your marketing wallet to this address twice.
Okay.
Now, why would you do that? If you're hiring an influencer, why would he give you?
How about all the people on Twitter that we do giveaways and the things where they do the contests and all that? I mean, we do that multiple times over and over again. I got people that are doing things to.
Hey,
I mean, I don't even know what you're getting at with this.
Cliff.
Yeah.
Cliff.
What is Mr. Bert doing?
I can hear Cliff.
What is he doing?
All the
He's stopping them.
RiseUp devs. I got 732 people in here, and I think I need to say something.
No, you don't. No, you don't need to say anything. You need to let them carry on, Bert.
And whoever you are, I'm gonna tell you guys something.
No, don't. No, it's basically over because this guy just prattles on and on and on, and just doesn't. This video was pulled off the Shibnobi website because Mr. Bert, I guess, no longer has it on his channel. And can you guess why? Because everybody was probably like, dude, you blew it. So he probably pulled it down because he was embarrassed. Now we're going to another video, and this is done by a channel called Crypto Kickback. Now remember, Davey said that he was going to address the whole thing, the burn wallet transaction, with Cliff in a private voice, and Cliff would help walk him through it. Remember, he's like, no, we'll do it in a private voice. He's going to go through this again on this particular channel. But what I'm going to play for you first is something very, very interesting. One of the devs here from RiseUp says, we use the Shibnobi wallets as a test case for our screening utility. So if they're wrong about Shibnobi, and I believe that they are, RiseUp is done. Their algorithm is flawed. If this is the test case, they're in very big trouble. I'm going to play that for you right now.
And I'm going to be honest, I used it as a test contract for our screener. As I was building features on the screener, I was actually running this contract.
Oh, really? This was the proving grounds?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Because the hardest scam to detect is actually a slow rug.
Oh, my goodness. Oh my goodness.
He's calling Shibnobi a slow rug.
So okay, I'm gonna ask this question another way. Let me say this: is based on what you're seeing now, do you feel that this may be a slow rug?
Hey, we don't give financial advice.
Oh, we're not saying that. We're not saying that.
We pointed in the direction. You can make your own mind up there. We try not to FUD.
We try not to FUD.
Like we always say.
And again, Davey's not showing his face on the video.
It's on the people to decide what they do with their money.
But if you're going to bill yourself as a rug detector...
What I'd like to say about it is that the one thing we can say that's one of the largest red flags for us is the inconsistency of the answers.
Gotcha.
When the answers change every time you ask the same question, to me, that throws up a red flag. The answers should be consistent. The way questions are met are not exactly don't give me a lot of confidence. That's me personally. The risk that people are willing to take and the word that people are willing to take is up to them. There's not a whole lot we can do about that. I could just say that it's extremely odd. It's extremely odd. You don't see this very often. And it be legitimate, but we can't say that it isn't for sure. There's just really no way. There's only one person that really knows that. The thing about a Binance hot wallet, it's a way to get your money out,
Here's the thing. Cliff has never given different answers. He's always saying, I'll walk you through it step by step so that you can understand it. They're always coming at him with different amounts. Oh, I want to talk about the wallet that has this amount. They never give him an exact address of the wallet. They just throw amounts at him, like what Feltron did to him on Twitter. And he's like, dude, I'm trying to help you, but you're not giving me specifics here. And they just dance around the situation. They're never going with facts. There's never been a screen share prepared like this, other than the Bert Show, and we know how that went. But what I wish that they would do is sit down in a format like this where they have somebody moderating the whole thing, like Sandstorm, to walk everybody through it. I mean, that Mr. Bert Show, I'll say it again, huge missed opportunity. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be able to play all of these videos back to back because the video would be like 2 hours long, but I'll leave links for both of these videos down in the description. Now we're going to pick it up again where Davey's talking about the burn wallet transaction. Again, he says it's illegitimate. Let's pick it up from here.
Dr. Destructo had a question.
Yes.
That,
somebody had a question, not him.
50% sent to marketing wallet is really happened. Well, let me prove that to you, bro. Let me do this. I just pulled up the transaction hash. So you see here the transaction hash. This happened 69 days ago. You can see here what it's doing. So he sold.
Look at these guys nodding.
At that moment, Ethereum was 4,000.
They don't understand that. They can't read that.
Well, you can see here that he sold that, and at the third transfer, he transfers 5 Ethereum to this wallet, and this is the marketing wallet.
Remember, this has already been addressed.
So 5 Ethereum, that's around what,
And
15,
I also wanted to
between 12 and 15,000.
Yeah, I wanted to mention in there too. He's reading a TXN right now. We added the wallet feature. Now I'm digging into TXN. So this stuff is going to come up in our screener very shortly here within the
your flawed screener?
Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome, man. You guys are really getting busy, man, with your nosy asses. Good shit, man. Good shit.
Blame it
Wow.
on
And
the
guess
robots.
what? We're making all this happen, and we don't have millions of dollars in our wallet.
Nope.
I wonder why.
More dangerous.
I wonder why you don't have millions of dollars in your wallet.
That's what it comes down to.
Now we're going to kick it up to like the 40-minute mark because this is what they're saying could possibly happen to Cliff, basically, that he is embezzling and that he could go to jail. So let's sit here and listen to this nonsense.
Right. Even though this is crypto and it's decentralized, like this, somebody could actually be.
Well, what I'd like to add to that is in this particular instance, Shibnobi just recently, I believe in the last 10, 15 days or so, became a corporation.
They did.
Oh,
so
they did.
That really changes it. That changes it a lot.
And he's playing gunshot sounds. What an
they
ass.
have a word, and I'm not saying this is what's happening because I can't say it.
Oh, I'm not saying this is what's
they have
happening.
a word
I'm not.
if you take money away from a corporation.
It starts with an E. Starts with an E.
Yeah, that's right. So everybody knows that's a charge. It's not a charge anybody wants any part of. But the thing is, with a corporation, you know who's involved. Yeah, it's a lot harder when you say true decentralization because you don't really, somebody can stand up there with a picture of me or whatever. You don't know that for sure. You don't know if you'll be able to find them. You don't know what you can even do about it. But once it's a corporation, that changes the game.
Yeah, it does.
Now you're mixing church and state. You taking public to private. I got you. Okay. So all right, now I think that this is some very interesting information. I'm actually blown away right now.
SHINJA has promised a lot for this year. They have the Doja swap coming, they have the Katana wallet, and they have the Kasari blockchain. All of that is supposed to happen by the end of this year. Do you really think if they don't meet their benchmarks that we're not going to hold them accountable? It's not about being loyal to one man or one project. It's about where my bag is at, where I have guesstimated where my profits are going to be. And if it falls short of that, I'm going to say, what happened? Why did I leave my money in here when I could have put it into another project? Like, what's going on? If you think I won't do that, you don't know me. I want to know what you guys are thinking. Does it make sense, everything I said? Did it make sense what Cliff was saying about the burn wallet transaction? Did you understand it? If not, Like Cliff said, you can get to him through Telegram. Go to their website, go all the way down to where you see the dev team pictures. If you click on the Telegram icon, it will take you directly to Telegram. You can write Cliff a question right there. He will answer it. I know because I sent him a message on Telegram and he wrote back to me. It was that simple. And I think this is going to be the longest video that I've ever done, so I'm going to end it here. But I will say this. Thank you very much for joining me. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section.